Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Part 4. By Cheeper Ni Hao. Featuring the Diriyah, the Olfaizalia Center, the Old Aiyah, and the Riyadh Air Show and Acrobatic Plus fireworks display. Riyadh is an ancient city that has deep roots in history. Although the core of the current city of Riyadh was formed in the 12th century of Hijra, containing a group of towns, Mikal, Nukran, Ulord and others, the surrounding area was used to be gardens and orchards. The region on which the city was created witnessed the human presence nearly 250,000 years ago. There is also an evidence in the National Museum of Riyadh proving that this area was inhabited by people about 30,000 years ago. In pre-Islamic times, the settlement at the site was called Hajjah. The site is at the confluence of several rivers, now wadis, and much underground water is accessible at the site. The settlement was historically famous for its dates and orchards. The modern name was first applied to only certain parts of the settlement where orchards predominated. Gradually the name was used for the entire settlement. By the end of the 18th century, Riyadh was part of the first Saudi state, with the capital at Diriyah. After the destruction of Diriyah in 1818 by the Turks, the capital moved to Riyadh. Portions of Diriyah, a city made of mud bricks, still exist. Riyadh's blend of medieval and millennial makes for a beguiling cultural union, one where Arabia's first roots can be traced, and where its bold future can be envisioned. The city's fascinating, centuries-old history can be found within its atmospheric souks, compelling museums and ancient architecture, but it's also a modern metropolis, with glittering high-rises and a burgeoning contemporary art scene. The winter months are an ideal time to visit Riyadh. Although average high temperatures in the summer can reach 44 degrees Celsius, the top temps in December and January are in the low 20s. The Diriyah. Diriyah, the birthplace of the first Saudi state, historical crossroads of pilgrims and traders, and home to one of the kingdom's most ambitious heritage developments. Curved along the outskirts of Riyadh, and formed on the oasis that spilt from the banks of Wadi Hanifa, Diriyah's mud brick walls once housed a thriving desert city that was a powerhouse of culture and commerce. Its Acharya district, the area's citadel-marked primary quarter, was the original seat of power for the kingdom's Al-Saud family. In 1745, the city was named the country's capital, laying the foundations for what would later become a unified Saudi Arabia. Diriyah fell in late 1818 at the end of the Wahhabi War and was succeeded as the nation's capital by the nearby settlement of Riyadh. The ruins of Acharya were designated a UNESCO Heritage Site in 2010, and the area has since been the subject of a painstaking restoration plan aimed at bringing its historical legacy back to life. While work at Diriyah is still underway, there are ample heritage-rich sites that are open to the public. The Diriyah's Al-Bujairi district is already welcoming visitors. Once home to religious scholar Mohammed bin Abdul Wahhab, its maze of twisting streets leads to low-lying mud huts that have been transformed into sparkling heritage sites, including Diriyah Museum, a former palace with exhibits on Saudi history, and the restored Al-Zawiha Mosque. Look for the colorful geometric patterns that decorate the walls and heavy wooden doors of the district's buildings, and enjoy street-side demonstrations of traditional crafts, such as weaving and calligraphy. Numerous cafes and restaurants are dotted around, offering authentic local fare, alongside trinket-rich gift shops that are ideal for browsing. The carefully renovated Saad bin Saud Palace, built in the traditional Najd style, and Burj Faisal Wall Tower are a snapshot of the city's storied past, as is the Diriyah Wall, once its last line of defense. Work is ongoing in the Acharya Quarter, which connects to Al-Bujairi via bridge, and is set to be transformed into a vast open-air museum, housing a series of themed collections alongside mosques, galleries, and a traditional market selling authentic crafts and souvenirs. Visitors will also be able to pass through the district streets and see firsthand where key moments in Saudi Arabia's history occurred. Parts of the district are slated to open in late 2019, and through into early 2020, as the wider cultural site, including luxury hotels, curated retail destinations, and other attractions, moves to launch. For now, Diriyah continues to offer a mesmerizing glimpse into traditional life in Saudi Arabia and the stories that are shaping its future. The ruins of the old city of Diriyah lay on either side of the narrow valley known as Wadi Hanifa, which continues southwards through Riyadh and beyond. Consisting almost entirely of mud brick structures, the ruins are divided into three districts: Qusayba, Al-Mulaybid, and Churaif, set on top of hills overlooking the valley. Of the three, Churaif is the highest, and its bottom is easily accessible to tourists by foot. Part of the city wall, running along the edges of the wadi and also made of mud bricks, are still extant along with some short observation towers. The modern city is built at a lower altitude at the foot of the hill upon which Churaif is located. To the north of the town, inside the valley, are a number of gardens, palm groves, and small farms and estates. A dam known as Al-Ilb lies further north.
Alert sky, chilling by the ocean, driving up the mountain, soaked in the endless beauty, all of you. You know it feels alright, alright, alright. Tonight, oh tonight, yeah.
The Faisalia Center. A tower 260 meters in height, containing 30 floors of office space, a 224-bed 5-star hotel, residential accommodation, and a shopping mall. The Olfaizalia Center is a commercial skyscraper and mixed-use complex located in the business district of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The 267-meter-high office tower, the centerpiece of the Foster Plus Partners development, it is notable for having been the first skyscraper built in Saudi Arabia, and for the monumental stained glass wall of its lobby, designed by architectural artist Brian Clark in collaboration with Norman Foster. Presently the fourth tallest building in Saudi Arabia after the Kingdom Center, Burj Rafal and Abraj Al Bayt, the center presently ranks as the 325 tallest building in the world. Playing a key part in Riyadh's urban development, the 240,000 square meter Olfaizalia Complex is centered around Saudi Arabia's first skyscraper, a distinctive 267-meter high office tower, alongside a 5-star hotel, a banqueting and conference center, luxury apartments, and a 3-story retail mall. The scheme carefully balances cost-effectiveness and flexibility to produce buildings which are efficient in services, planning and operation, and yet is responsive to the Middle Eastern climate. At the heart of the complex is the office tower. Square in plan, the building is designed around a compact central core which tapers to a point, with 4 main corner columns defining its unique silhouette. Punctuating stages up the building's layered facade. Observation decks correspond with giant K-braces, which transfer loads to the corner columns. Each section between these decks is clad in silver, anodized aluminum panels with cantilevered sun shading, which minimize glare, allowing the use of non-reflective, energy-efficient glass and providing maximum control over the internal environment. Above its 30 floors of office space, the tower houses a restaurant set within a golden glass sphere 200 meters above ground level. The observation deck below this globe provides a breathtaking panorama of Riyadh and the surrounding landscape, while above it, at the building's pinnacle, the tower narrows to a brightly lit lantern, topped by a stainless steel finial. The tower itself is set back from the King Fahd Highway to create a landscaped plaza. Beneath this, a banqueting hall can accommodate activities ranging from Islamic wedding ceremonies for up to 2,000 people to conferences for up to 3,400. The high degree of flexibility of its internal spaces is achieved by a unique long-span arch system which provides a column-free space 57 meters wide and 81 meters long, with a movable partition system that can divide the hall into a maximum of 16 separate rooms. These areas are integrated into the rest of the complex by a 5-story lobby at the tower's base, also linking the hotel to the north and the apartments and shopping mall to the south. Illuminating this space, a spectacular colored glass wall by the artist Brian Clark announces the entrance to the complex while referencing images from Riyadh's desert and Islamic culture.
유난히도 캄캄한 밤에 나 홀로 너를 생각하네. 이런 기분 설명할 수 없어. 원래 이맘쯤 너와의 여행을 생각했었는데 yeah, yeah, yeah. 네가 좋아하던 와인과 선물을 준비했겠지. 기뻐할 너를 상상하며 근데 왜 이런 생각을 하면서 너를 추억만 하게 된 건지 yeah. 어쩌다 너와 나 왜 이렇게 끝난 건지 너를 기억하면 난 가슴이 아파와. 어쩌다 너와 나 이렇게 잊혀진다면 다시 사랑할 수 없을 것 같아. 그날의 나는 내게 너무 낯설었겠지. 내 맘과 다르게 너에게 상처를 줬으니 사랑한다는 말로도 부족했던 너에게 내가 너무 잘못한 것 같아. 너와 나의 다른 생각이 결국엔 우리를 서로 갈라서게 만들었어. 근데 왜 이런 얘기를 하게 된 건지 난 모르겠어. 어쩌다 너와 나 왜 이렇게 끝난 건지 너를 기억하면 난 가슴이 아파와. 어쩌다 너와 나 이렇게 잊혀진다면 다시 사랑할 수 없을 것 같아. 말은 해줘야 하는데 내 마음 변하지 않았다고. 모든 게 오해야. 내 얘기를 들어주길 바래. 어쩌다 너와 나 왜 이렇게 끝난 건지 너를 기억하면 난 가슴이 아파와. 어쩌다 너와 나 이렇게 잊혀진다면 다시 사랑할 수 없을 것 같아. 어쩌다 너와 나 왜 이렇게 된 건지 시간이 지날수록 네가 보고 싶어. 어쩌다 너와 나 이렇게 잊혀진다면 다시 사랑